Welcome everybody, I'm Andrew Castle and I'm here with a simple message. New Zealand swimming pools are too loud. At Waves last year, we asked you guys if you would feel safe at a pool where a lifeguard had to wear earmuffs. And half of you told us that you wore earplugs every day at work. And half of you said that you didn't wear hearing protection because you felt that it endangered patron safety. Well, what happens when we can't hear? When we can't hear, we speak louder. And lifeguards and swimming coaches in international studies have been measured talking at over 100 decibels. That's about as loud as the horn on your car. Working in a noisy environment significantly increases your risk of hearing loss and auditory issues. Many of our pools are used as learn to swim environments, right? And our schools need to pass certain acoustic standards to be able to function as educational environments and learning spaces. Why are our pools not regarded as learning spaces? Instructors and coaches need two-way communication to be effective. Older people also can't stand poor acoustics, and our facilities are supposed to be accessible to the entire population. So why do our pools sound so bad? Well, simply put, we make them out of concrete, glass and steel, and these are all hard surfaces, and hard surfaces have sound waves that bounce off them. They're acoustically hard as well. So we can add some acoustically soft materials that sound doesn't bounce off of, and we can balance out some of that echo and reverberation. So why aren't we fixing our pools? Often simply because it's too hard to fix them using the acoustic materials that were around last century, which are all fundamentally open in structure. And here we see what happens to open materials when the protective plastic coverings over them break down or wear out. An open structure lets in sound along with moisture, dirt and mold spores, which can clog the open structure over time, eliminating or significantly reducing acoustic performance. With perforated metals covering them, you can't see them. It doesn't mean it's not happening. Sometimes open structured materials are also notoriously hard to clean. Here we see an open cell foam ceiling that has held on to all of the dirty air that's flowing out of that ventilation unit. And here are 4 New Zealand pools that we visited just in the last 2 months. And we can see that they're blooming mould, sucking up moisture, getting discoloured, swelling up and pushing on the ceiling tiles on either side. And when ceiling tiles push on the adjacent ceiling tile, what happens? They fall down, sometimes with disastrous consequences. Now that doesn't just happen overseas. It also happens here in New Zealand. Ceiling tiles fall down when they get waterlogged and they swell up and they push on one another. Now our closed cell material, Stratocell Whisper, is manufactured from a recyclable plastic which has a similar chemical structure to wax, which means that it repels water while maintaining its acoustic performance in long-term 28-day condensing moisture exposure tests. And we've installed that in a variety of swimming pools, including Splash Planet in Hastings in 2016. And here it is again in 2020. That ceiling looks just like it did in 2016, and more importantly, it sounds just like it did in 2016. The Otaki Pool also proves that our material can withstand some quite harsh environments. This pool is known to have beautiful acoustics. And we're doing this all over the world. This is State Swim School in Glen Osmond, Adelaide, a modern, safe and quiet learn to swim environment. Acoustic refits don't have to be utilitarian. We're very happy to work with you or your architect to create a masterpiece as well. As you can see, we also don't necessarily have to attach everything to the ceiling. We can get creative. So if you have a noise problem and you want to discuss potential remediation, please head on over to the Sealed Air booth to talk to me and Keith about Stratocell Whisper. Thank you and enjoy your conference.